the Fourth Empire, Rome, didn't end, still exists in a different form. It will exist in a solid form at the end, but what if iron breaks into pieces, but clay, it says, is broken? So it breaks, but it breaks other things, but it also gets broken, and by doing that, it subdues the world. What is that? There are different ways of subduing the world. What if the Roman Empire, by actually breaking, has been part of subduing the world? Rome is gone, or is it? The picture we have is Rome falling in 476 AD. Germanic tribes come in, wipe it out. But what people don't know, by that time, Rome was already made up, the army was already made up of Germanic tribes of Rome. Much did not change when that happened. In fact, they even have a hard time making a real date of if it ended. It actually, the barbarians, who we say took over, continued to recognize the Roman Empire and said they were under the Roman Empire. Medieval civilization, Middle Ages, feudalism, was actually a carryover of Rome. It was just Rome breaking apart. It was the same thing. The language of Europe then was Latin, which is the language of the Roman Empire. Do not stop. 800 AD, Charlemagne is crowned Emperor of the Romans. This is long after Rome was supposed to be gone, is crowned the Holy Roman Emperor. Rome will remain the center of civilization for over 1,000 years. Most of us learned in school about what we call the Renaissance. What's the Renaissance? The Renaissance is the rebirth of what? It's the rebirth of Roman culture. It was all about Rome culture infusing everything. The year 951 AD, the Pope crowns the German Emperor or Conqueror Otto as king of what? Germany? No, of the Romans. He's one of those. It starts the Holy Roman Empire. You've heard about the Holy Roman Empire. This is a continuation of Rome. It's happening, and one of those Holy Roman Empires is called Charles V. One of his little piece of land was part of America. Now America under this emperor of Rome. Now this is the fourth piece, but it goes much farther. What's happening is that Rome actually did not end. I mean, in one sense, it spread through the world. It's been spreading through the world. Wow. It's been leavening the world. You can travel the world and look at capitals of the world, and all over you'll find their buildings are made to represent Rome. All over the world. Roman law is the basis of much of law that is still all over the world. When the Holy Roman Emperor fell, or the empire fell, out of it was born Germany. The leader of Germany was called what? The Kaiser. What is Kaiser? It's Caesar. It means Caesar. Kaiser is simply the German way of saying Caesar. So here you have Holy Roman, then you have that. 20th century. The century of fascism, totalitarianism. Where does that begin? It begins with Mussolini. What was he trying to do? What was it? It was the revival of Rome. Hitler followed it for Nazi Germany. Where do you get the word fascism from? The Roman fasces, which is the symbol that Rome came up with, by which they spoke of total absolute authority. That's all again Rome. Here's another thing. The Roman Empire morphed into a spiritual form, which we know as the Roman Catholic Church. In a spiritual form, the popes reigned, they ruled as what? What's their title? Pontifex Maximus. What's that title? That was the title of the Caesar of Rome. The Emperor of Rome was the Pontifex Maximus. They took that from the same leader of Rome. The diocese, that's how Rome divided up Rome into dioceses. Well, through the Catholic Church, it divided up, the world has been divided up as the Roman Empire. Now, I'm not saying people in the Catholic Church know this or that's the point, but this is all the same, a continuation of the same thing. What language? Latin. From Rome comes the idea of the global state. You know, the Fourth Kingdom, actually from the pieces of the Fourth Kingdom, which became France, Spain, England, and others, they colonized the entire world. The entire world, in other words, broke up into France, England, and they each became an empire that subdued the entire world. I mean, you have the Spanish Empire, the French Empire, the British Empire. The British Empire, just one little piece of Rome, subdued 1/4 of the entire world. Some say 1/3 of the world. In other words, Rome has already been spreading and has been subduing culture, has been changing culture. One of the colonies from that little fragment of Rome is America. Colony, even the word comes from Rome. Our building, you go to Washington, D.C., and you'll see, look at the buildings there. The Capitol building is modeled after the Roman Pantheon. The Pantheon means the temple of all gods. That is our Capitol building. What does it rest on? Rests on Capitol Hill. What's that from? That's from Capitoline Hill, named after the Roman hill. You can look at the Supreme Court building, same thing. It is the Roman thing. Even the word, what's our highest body of ruling? The Senate. Where's that from? Rome. The president, the word president comes from Rome. The language of Rome, Latin, in one form or another, has covered the world. If you speak Spanish, that's basically Latin, just morphed. It morphed into Spanish. You speak French, it's Latin, morphed into French. If you speak Portuguese, it's Latin. It's the Roman language, morphed into that. Romanian, same thing, all that. English, we say English. English, what is English? English is Latin mixed in with German. In other words, it's Rome and the barbarians come together. It's the iron and the clay
mixed together.
Mixed with the iron and the clay, and it's covered the world. The language of Rome. When did Rome fall? They said 476 AD. Not exactly. Rome split into two, just like the legs of the statue of Daniel, and the East and West. Well, the Western Empire, we said, has continued in all these forms. What happened to the Eastern Roman Empire? Just as important. Listen to this. The other half of when Rome fell, this is history, the Eastern Empire, Byzantium, fell in the year 1453. It was existing up to the time of just before Columbus. Rome never ended. The Eastern Roman Empire, actually, from that came all Eastern Europe. They were descended from the eastern part. The Eastern, they took the alphabet. When the Eastern Roman Empire fell, the niece of the last Roman emperor went up north and married a prince of another power that then said,